When you are working with inline graphics, you may want to adjust the vertical position of the graphic in relation to the text to the left and the right of the graphic. In this video, I show you how to make the proper adjustments. Word allows you to insert graphics in your document in two ways, either inline or floating. At the upper right corner of the screen, I'll provide a link to how you can add graphics to your document and control whether they are inline or floating. In this video, I want to deal strictly with inline graphics. I have a document open on the screen, and if I go ahead and I scroll down just a bit here, you can see that I have an inline graphic inserted within this document. This particular document has placeholder text in it, but I've created documents in the past that use inline graphics in this manner to call attention to the text or to illustrate it in some way. The first thing I want to do is I want to find out the size of the graphic. Now I can do that by right-clicking on the graphic itself and then choosing Size and Position from the resulting context menu. That displays the Layout dialog box, and the Size tab is displayed within that dialog box. It's the height value right here that I want to make note of, as I'll need it in just a bit. For now, I'll just press the Escape key to dismiss the Layout dialog box. I'm going to zoom in just a bit at this point because there's an important thing I need to show you about this inline graphic. I'll start by going ahead and clicking somewhere else so that the graphic isn't selected. But you can easily see that the bottom of the graphic is vertically even with the baseline used for all the other characters on the line. Now this is the normal vertical positioning for inline graphics. My desire, though, is to adjust this graphic downward so a portion of it appears below that baseline, with the goal being of making the graphic look more centered or balanced on the line. The key to making such an adjustment is to remember that when a graphic is inline, it is treated just like any other character on the line when it comes to positioning. This means that you can change the vertical alignment of an inline graphic by treating it as you would any other single character with a vertical position that you want to adjust. To make the change, start by selecting the graphic. You can try clicking on it once like I did just a moment ago, but I prefer to select the graphic by going ahead and inserting the insertion point here. I'm going to move it one space to the right, and now I'm going to hold down the Shift key as I press the right arrow one more time. And you can see that this graphic is now selected. Now I need to display the font dialog box, and I'm going to do that by going right up here on the Home tab of the ribbon and clicking this small icon at the bottom right of the font group. You may wonder why I don't just go ahead and press Ctrl D. Well, the reason I don't do that is that with a graphic selected here, if I press Ctrl D, it won't display the font dialog box. What it does is to duplicate the graphic. I don't want to duplicate the graphic, so I use this small icon right up here, and the font dialog box is displayed on the screen. I'll move it over to the left just a bit right here. Now the controls that I need to access are on the Advanced tab of the Font dialog box. Vertical positioning is controlled using the Position drop-down list. There are several options that are available in this drop-down list, but I want to choose Lowered because I want to lower that graphic down just a little bit relative to the baseline for that line of text. When I make this choice, notice that the By control becomes active, and there's a little value that appears in there. It shows that it's going to be lowered by 3 points. You can use the By control, however, to specify how many points you want to move the graphic downward. Remember earlier that I looked at the size of my graphic, and I noted that it was 0.21 inches tall. Since there are 72 points in an inch, that means that the graphic is 15 points tall. That's calculated by multiplying the 0.21 inches times the 72 points in an inch. This helps me to figure out how many points I want to lower the graphic by. Let's say that I want to lower it by 1/3 of its height, or by 5 points. All I need to do is enter that value in the by box right over here, or I can use the up and the down arrows to control how much that's going to be moved. I now have it set to 5 points right here. When I go ahead and I click the OK button, then the position of the graphic is adjusted. If I click somewhere else in here, I can see easily that it's been moved downward relative to the baseline for that line of text. At this point, I can evaluate if it looks like I want it to, and if necessary, go back and make additional changes to raise or lower the graphic. And that's all you have to do to make that adjustment vertically for that graphic within the line. Remember though, that if you use this technique, it will only work with inline graphics. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned how you can vertically adjust the position of inline graphics. If you like these videos, be sure to click the subscribe button and then the bell icon. That way YouTube will let you know whenever I add new videos to the WordTips channel. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.